Welcome to Daughter Arise. My name is Yvonne and this channel is all about bringing you content surrounding childhood sexual abuse. I am a survivor of childhood sexual abuse, and on this channel I share my experiences, good and bad, in hopes of encouraging other survivors. I also share news stories that I come across, interviews with people who have gone through childhood sexual abuse, or people who work to support those that have been affected. So if this is the type of content you're looking for, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified of any new uploads. And if you like the content that I share, hit the like button. So in this video, I want to talk to you about signs of enabling behaviour. I know how devastating it can be to have people who you love and trust just totally turn their back on you because of your perpetrator of abuse. It is totally devastating. I want to share with you some signs of enabling behaviour, and also I want to encourage you if this has happened to you. So what is an enabler? Basically, an enabler is somebody through their own actions allows somebody to continue with their destructive behaviour. In this instance, we're talking about a perpetrator of childhood sexual abuse and maybe people that are around that person, whether that is family, friends, it could be in an organisation, staff, whoever it is. I think this is really important to talk about because a lot of the time when we're talking about the dynamics of childhood sexual abuse, sometimes people only ever look at the perpetrator and the victim being the only two main players within that experience, but also those that enable the perpetrator through their own behaviour and actions are equally to blame alongside the perpetrator. A lot of the time, when somebody enables a person by, turning a blind eye to their behaviour or not doing things they're supposed to do, it allows that abuse to continue. And maybe if they didn't enable the behaviour, the abuse could have been prevented in the first place. The first sign of enabling behaviour is that they don't want to listen to what you've got to say. A lot of the time why people don't want to listen to what you've got to say is because of denial, because of shock. Maybe the person that you have disclosed to them that's abused you is somebody that they like, who's very well known, who's, a favourite amongst the people. These are some of the reasons why. Nevertheless, it's extremely damaging. But also what is extremely damaging as well is if they listen to you, you've divulged to them somebody has done this to you, somebody that they may know, may not know, and they tell you to keep it a secret. They tell you to keep it to yourself. They tell you not to rock the boat or say anything. This again is enabling behaviour, because in not encouraging you to alert the authorities to what's going on or to tell somebody, actually allowing that perpetrator to get off the hook. It's allowing them to just continue to do what they're doing. In telling you to keep it to yourself is not looking out for your best interest. It's not looking out for your well-being. Another sign of enabling behaviour is that they know or suspect something is going on and they do nothing about it. In my experience, my mum knew my dad was sexually abusing me. She didn't say anything to help me. There were clear warning signs that something was going on. When he was taking me out the house late at night, when he wanted to only take me at 10 years old and leave my mum and not bring my brother and sister. There was the incident where I took the paracetamols at 10 and went in the kitchen and told her I wanted to kill myself. When he was coming in the bathroom every night and coming in during my wash time, and she'd be sitting on her bed opposite the bathroom, seeing him coming in and out of the bathroom, not questioning why he was going in the bathroom at my wash time, not asking me, why did he come in the bathroom, nothing at all. It was going on completely under her nose and she didn't say anything about it. All these different things didn't even alert my mum to say, Yvonne, what's going on, or question my dad, or get support or help to understand, how to handle the situation. This is something that me and other survivors that I've supported throughout the years have in common, that somebody around us when we were children knew what was going on but turned a blind eye to it. Again, it's this whole mentality of thinking, well, if I don't acknowledge it, it will go away, it will get better. But what happens is that child is left to suffer at the hands of the perpetrator. It's totally unfair and it is totally wrong. Another sign of enabling behaviour is that they sympathise with the abuser. This is something that I experienced, and it makes you feel like absolute crap. It makes you feel like you are in the wrong, that, you've done something to be guilty and ashamed of. I remember the time when I was 14 years old. I was now living in government care for a year, and I was back on my old estate where I grew up, seeing my friends. And my gran, rest in peace, she said to me at the time, I should go and apologise to my dad for what I put him through. And I just remember just being so angry about that. But I said, respectfully, I'm not going to apologise to him for what he put me through. I'm not going to change my story or anything like that, because what happened to me is the truth. And whether people want to believe it or not, that is not on me. That is on them. It's totally horrible to have those who you love sympathise with your perpetrator of abuse whilst vilifying you. It's totally horrible. And, again, it is enabling behaviour. Another sign of enabling behaviour is that they don't support you in getting help. You as a survivor have somebody in your family that really cares about your mental well-being, cares about the injustice that you've suffered. They will support you in getting help. I did a video interview with a lovely lady called Davina. That was her experience, and I was saying in that video, her experience is few and far between, because for a lot of survivors, including myself, we don't get support when we speak out. But in her experience, she got that support. Her mum came with her to the police. Her family were very supportive. She was able to open up about her experience. This is what support should look like. Even if it's one person, it doesn't matter. This is what a survivor needs when they disclose sexual abuse, because it's very, very hard. It causes a lot of pain, and it's not that as a survivor you're disclosing to cause people pain. You're disclosing because it's something that has happened to you that's been quite traumatic. What I've seen as well with survivors who have gone through sexual abuse that don't get the support they need from their family, sometimes it's used against them through emotional blackmail. Saying things like, well, if you go through this, I can't support you in that. You're not going to be able to come around the house anymore. You're not going to be able to ring the house. Whatever it is, they will use something that the survivor has been used to getting from them. And for some survivors, it does put them in a position to put their own needs, meaning, being able to talk about it or put right the wrong that's been done to them, to the back of their mind, because the support and love that they were used to getting, before they disclose, is going to be taken away from them. So if you are somebody that has experienced enabling behaviour, what I need you to know is that it's not about you, it's about them. Whoever the person is that has enabled this behaviour to continue by, turning a blind eye, not listening, not supporting you, and all these things, that, it's not your fault. It is hard to understand why somebody love or trust would enable this behaviour by keeping quiet, telling you to keep it a secret, not supporting you and so on. But it is just one of those things that comes along with this experience. It is not right. As I've mentioned, those that enable behaviour through their own complicit behaviour, supporting this destructive behaviour pattern, are at blame as much as the perpetrator, the one who has done the actions of the abuse. Don't take their reactions, their emotions, their responses to your disclosure and the behaviour and things they do after that as a sign that you've done something wrong. You haven't done anything wrong. The most important thing that you can do for yourself is to concentrate on your healing journey, doing whatever that entails, whether that's going to therapy, seeking support from other people that have had similar experiences, educating yourself on how it has affected you, and just trying to get those pockets of support wherever you can. Hopefully over time, those that have enabled the behaviour can see the wrong in what they have done and hopefully reconcile with you and support you on wherever you are on your journey. But you can't really depend on that as a given, because it is just one of those things that is totally complex and hard for people to understand. So I hope that some of the signs that I shared with you about enabling behaviour has been helpful to you. I hope that you can take encouragement from what I've shared with you, about not putting it on yourself. If you do want to reach out to me, please contact me on info@daughterarise.org.uk. Also, you can visit the website www.daughterarise.org.uk. We are a peer empowerment organisation that supports survivors of childhood sexual abuse. So if you do want to contact me, that's where you can find me. and I will see you on the next video. Take care.